like half the things here. Hold on. Oh god, this is gonna be fun.
We mega scuff today, boys.
Oh yeah. All right. I don't even know how to move my own intro anymore. All right, welcome back, Pokemon players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is November 12th, 2023. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Yo, it's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please. If you guys haven't noticed, things are a little bit scuffed this week, but we power through.
A little?
Just a little.
Like,
just a little.
I can't even see your face right now, but that's me. Hold on. But yeah, we are having some amazing technical difficulties right now. So this is actually gonna be the first time we stream on Chris's Twitch channel. Scuff Podcast, yeah. We literally have almost nothing set up really good for you guys to really see. We don't have a gameplay right now, but we still want to really give out our thoughts and opinions about this week because we had some really good weeks for Pokemon Go anyways. Again, my computer is for some reason doing like a maintenance update. My keyboard has been completely effed up the entire night tonight. So we definitely are a little bit weird today. So minus my headphones and my own audio itself is going to be a little bit weird. I'm not sure if it's actually going through. I hope that everybody can listen to us. I know I see Hunter on the stream right now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Did I turn back on our audio?
I hope so. I know.
We're not that scuff. Everything's good.
Yeah. No, it's fine. So, yeah, we are here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as you do. Chris already has the page open, so thank you so much, Chris, for being my technical guy today. So please check us out at the PokemonProfessionalNetwork.com/Purified podcast. Wonderful people to work with every single time. But yeah, it's definitely, keep going with those. Ken, Adam, Will, Mike, Jamal, everybody's also been amazing. Check out all the podcasts too, because we have a lot of friends when it comes down to it. If you can actually do that too. Just like the Hunter is actually here, that means that it's actually David from the as the Pokemon turns. I'm like messing up everything really, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, so we are here. So it is how it is. I love that we set all this up in like 30 minutes before we actually get this done. So
Teamwork.
Sorry for everything.
Teamwork.
So we got a lot to talk about today. We definitely have some recaps to go through. We have had the Festival Lights event literally just ended as maybe an hour recording of this podcast. So we'll give a full thoughts about that. We also had Mega Garchomp Raid, which was really fun to actually play. A lot of people were actually really hyped about that. We are going to say our holes on that. After that, I believe we had just regular... I mean, we really went from event to an event to an event in the last a week and so. So it really hasn't been too much of an vanilla sponsor, although the vanilla sponsors were amazing anyways. But yeah, so it's how it is. Also, thank you so much for everybody who actually is joining us today on the Twitch live. I know that they're being weird. It's like, what the heck is Chris doing? I don't know. It's like, yeah, this is us here.
JC's like, what? Why is Chris streaming now?
Yeah, I know. For the first time in like what? I don't know, like 6 months. Or
a year? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, probably. So what are we going to do now? We're actually just like we always do. Let's recap our shiny Sandos PvP months. We have had a lot of good wins today, so I'm actually gonna log into Pokemon Go right now too. But you guys can see it right now since I usually you guys can see it, but not anymore.
Yeah, I didn't set it up so you could see any of our things. Sadly, beforehand. I think everything should be set up next week. But
yeah. I hope so too.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you guys can see it, but the showcases are ended, and I have triple first right there.
Dude,
like this is weird stuff going on.
Dude, I would have had 2 first place, but I put Julian, and and we both had rank 1 in 2 different things, but I had a rank 1 and a rank 2 thanks to Julie. Thank you, Julie. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the last thing was. We didn't talk about Wooper Day, did we?
did we not? I think we did actually. We didn't really talk too much about it. I think we did talk about Whooper recap though.
Was it? Cause we must have talked right after Whooper Day. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, because Whooper Day was on a Sunday, and I know we podcast on a Monday. I think,
Yeah,
or
I
was it
think
like end of the Sunday? I don't know.
yeah, I think you're definitely right.
Yeah.
So yeah, the week was short and sweet for me. I started by Go Plusing. I didn't realize how high CP it was. It's a 1000 CP shiny Magnemite. Um,
Whoa.
yeah, I was like, I don't remember you being so thick. Um, and then I got a Galarian Zigzagoon as we were doing a raid hour, I believe, for Genesect. And then
All right.
yeah. And I didn't really get anything till yesterday. I got two Hundo Garchomps. One of them was a remote raid. It was non-weather boosted. And I got a weather boosted Hundo while in the car with Pure Lighter and a bunch of our other friends. And James was telling me to get out of the car. He's like, "Hey, that's enough. That's enough for you. Get out." And then I got
Oh god.
then I got a Hundo Tadbulb from a quest. I think you guys remember Pure Letter got a Hundo Tadbulb like right away. And then I
Actually,
got
I never told them about that because that tablet
no.
was for the Festival of Ice. Yeah.
I
So.
mean, spoiler. But and then after that, I actually got a shiny I really wanted from this event. It is a repeat, but I got shiny Electrike.
Nice.
I think I told you guys I wanted to get another one pure. And then I got a reclaim in a way. A shiny Chinchou ran from me because I definitely was not playing on the highway. And it definitely wasn't speed capped. I got
Right.
a shiny Chinchou at my house, so I was pretty happy about that. But yeah, tell me all about your haul. I cannot believe I did not get a single shiny Garchomp.
I know, right? That's amazing. Just like Chris said in the spoiler, of course, I did get a Hondo Belly Bolt and Tapo, which is actually pretty cool because it was like what, like the fifth or sixth research I did today,
Dude, yeah,
and then it
I
was like,
pull up, and you're like, "Yo, check this out."
I know, right? I also did. I get a Hondo Moral on the same day. It's like, what the heck, man? It's like, I mean, I would have been happy with the shiny too, but unfortunately, the shiny was not on the cards for me. And I guess I will talk about the first thing that I actually got during this event was a Magnemite. I did get a shiny Magnemite. I believe it was from just a regular. I was actually like walking around. Oh yeah, it was my daily instance. Well, not wasn't my daily instance. I think it was during the wild too. I did get. Here's it is. So 1, 2, 3. Well, that's not it. 3, 4,
Are you sure it's not shiny?
5, 6, 7. 7 shiny Hatchlips? What the fuck?
Dude,
Yeah, I got 7 shiny Hatchlips on the day of the raid day. The first one was actually on the second raid of like the international, so it was day 0, so it was actually pretty cool. And then every other one was the shiny. So we reverse roll this week. Usually I get the Hondos, and Chris gets the. But
he's
no,
the
this time
Hundo
around.
king.
Yeah, so. And then today, actually, on my daily instance, on my 2-mile walk that I do every night now, I got a shiny Growlithe. So I was like,
What?
I was on the main. I still have the screenshot, I think, from the daily instance, so I'm probably going to post it on Twitter and be like, what's shiny is this? You know, spot the shiny. But yeah, so
Yeah,
that's.
yeah. I didn't really get anything good from Adventure Incense this week, sadly.
I also
Definitely
had
good
another number,
chances.
so just in case.
What?
On my
What?
walk today too, almost a
What?
5K.
Was it in time to get that extra candy from the event?
I think so because I was before. I was doing my walk literally an hour, 2 hours ago. So yeah, it was before the event ended. So I did get a couple of extra large candies from that, which was pretty nice, I guess. I didn't notice
Yeah,
that. I don't. For some reason, my journal is also like effed up. Like I only see the shadow raid that I did my gym just now, and then the Larvesta that they hashed. Everything else just like disappear out of my journal. Like look at this.
that's weird.
Like I got nothing
What?
anymore.
It's maxed out at 3, basically. That's weird.
I have no idea what's going on, and I don't care to know. My computer's finally started working, and I'm not gonna move over right now. But anyways, I have to test it out. Anyways, I don't know what the heck is going on with it.
Happy
But
to
yeah,
hear
so that
that,
was
though.
technically our hauls with our this week. I don't know if there was anything else that I think I have
Um,
from this?
I guess we could give our thoughts on a Festival of Lights. I think
Yeah. No, we're I just thinking like if there was anything else that we caught that was something that we wanted to talk about, but no, I don't think we had anything else after that.
nothing too
Uh,
crazy. Nah.
yeah. I was hoping I should know Shando guard jump, but of course, that didn't happen. So people were getting like shinies here and there, and then other people were getting Hondas here and there, and nobody got the Shando, I think. As far as I know, nobody. Oh, I do have to tell you a cool this this story about a Honda that I gave away.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Okay. So first and foremost, this is the third time it has happened. Um, and I wanted to do a cool thing, like go to the back of the room and scream it out, but unfortunately, because I'm actually have headphones this time around, it's not gonna happen because you guys can hear me regardless. I thought I had to be like, why you do this, anyways? So I had a lucky trade with somebody that I know has been playing a while now. Not as using it without she. Let's say that she left the game for a while, for a couple of years, and then came back just now. So we become lucky friends, and I'm like, okay, let me do my lucky friends or my lucky trade with her because I never get to see her aside from like once a week or something like that when we do raid hour or something.
Yeah, it's like a raid hour
And
buddy.
and she was like, oh yeah, well I had another one planned with my sister, but now we're just gonna go ahead and do this. It's like I wanted my other shiny. I was like, yeah, no, just let me have this. You see her every other day. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so um, when we did an extra couple extra garden jumps before we actually did our tray. So by the time we actually got to the tray, I was like, okay, give me your extra Riolu, and I'll give you the Rayquaza that you wanted. So, shiny Rayquaza, shiny Riolu. That's the reason why you saw a shiny Riolu in my inventory. We did the tray, and I'm just like, okay, the tray went through. I checked the IVs. It's not a Hondo, so I was like, okay, whatever, I'm probably just gonna put it at home or something. And she goes, it's like, it's a Shando. I'm like, what? I look back to her, and she actually is showing me the Shando Rayquaza, Shalando Rayquaza, um, that I traded her. I'm just like, oh my god. My friend James is like, that should have been me. That should have been me.
Dude, I can't tell you how many shiny Rayquazas I've lucky traded. I'm super jelly, but yeah,
Same.
she does deserve it. I think that's what her second Shundo that she's
It
gotten.
is her second Shando. It is the second Shando Lucky that she's gotten probably in the last 2 or 3 months. So think about that with those odds, because I have 7 Shandos, and that's after 7 years. Okay, like she got 2 Shandos in less than 2 months, 3 months. Okay.
I think yeah, we were talking about it. Out of how many lucky trades she's done, she's probably done maybe 5 max that are guaranteed, and she's gotten 2 Shundas. That's really good odds.
And this is the thing, and this is the story that I want to tell. I have given out 3 Shalandos. Now, do granted, I have gotten 2 Shalandos myself. My Shalando Dragonite, which was my very first Shando that I ever got in it. Which again, at that point, it was during the time that we didn't even have like the bars, IB checkers, and all that. So I had to actually go by whatever the team leader was saying at the time. And then the second one was the Absol, which I'm happy about that regardless. It's a mega. Not a lot of people use it, but it's a pretty one regardless. So at that time, during that period of time, I gave away already 2 Shalandos to other people. The first one being in 2021 Go Fest. I traded a Shalando Melton. So it was a Mel Metal at that point. And do mind, that's probably one of the better ones to get because it's as rare as it is. So that's one. And then I don't know where I had a trade with somebody in another city. I guess another town because I mean the 2 towns that we have is like back to back anyways. I'll go like I'm around the area. Let's do our lucky trade. Just like and he's like yeah, just go over to this place and we'll do a lucky trade from the quick distance. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine because as long as you're like close by, you can time. So we do the lucky trade, and it's a Dialga for Dialga. He tells me it's like I only have one Dialga shiny, and I guess I probably would just get it a better IBs anyways if I could because it was like crappy IBs like a 10, 10, 11 or something like that before. So we do our lucky trade. And of course, I get the crappy IBs. I don't even remember this one if I did or not. And of course, he gets the Shalando. And he's like, oh my god. I love you. I'm like, dude, come on, man. It's like
Did
the one, the two, like, I didn't even trade for the Melton. Like the Melton, I gave it away because I didn't really need another one anyways. I think I still have like 3 or 4 in my inventory that I can trade away if I need to.
Mhm.
But Melton is one thing, Dialga's another one. Then Rayquaza, I'm like, I need an equally like I need like the Full Metal Alchemist brother. I need equal exchange on this. It's like, where's my Torchelando? It's like,
all
oh,
I can say, keep doing them lucky trays.
bro, dude, it's
Yeah, I'm
insane.
next in line, right? For the
It's,
Shlunda. I'm next in
I
line.
hope so. I hope so. I hope so.
Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah, so for some reason everything is working again. All right,
Beautiful.
I guess it is. I don't know what I needed to. I guess I needed to do some updates or something. But anyway, so that's my story. I get another Shalando. I hope to get another Shalando anyways. It's gonna get Nina and her dog. Like, what? Anyways, but yeah, that's the story when it comes down to it. So let's move on to the. I guess before we actually move on to the research topics,
Mhm.
let's talk about a little bit about Festival of Lights. We really haven't touched too much about it. Like I said, it just ended for us maybe an hour or so ago, and let's just really give our ratings on this. Now, the Festival of Lights had two unique things. One being a brand new Pokemon, Bellavolt, coming out for the very first time, and its evolution, of course, which you can only use 50 candies to do it. And then, uh, thank you. I'm already seeing Twitter right now. Anyways, and then the other one is the shiny release of Moral, which is another Pokemon that people technically want a shiny. It's a cool spawn to see every now and then. And when it is shiny, it's actually a little more enticing to do, anyways. So that's a good thing, regardless. Let me see. Of course, I closed that out. But yeah, and then after that, while spawns were okay, there were no more customs, of course. So thank God, because we actually had so many customs during the Halloween event, anyways.
And we got some coming up too.
Yeah, I know, right? And we'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah, I guess it was an okay event. I guess the last Mega Raid Day and everything had a good chunk of time when it comes down to it. Uh, what are your thoughts about the Festival of Lights there this year? Because I know there's sometimes they compare it to other Festival of Lights. I want to see what's going on when it comes to that side.
So, I definitely thought it was very pretty. I'm trying to think of last year's Festival of Lights. Was it Chinchou that had higher shiny chance last year?
Yeah, shiny chance. I don't know if it was higher chance of shiny, but still it was that shiny release. Or was
Mhm.
it? I think the 2021 was the shiny release. I think the Dene was the one that came out in
Dedenne last year?
2022.
I
Yeah,
believe it. I believe it.
yeah,
I definitely like seeing at night all the lit up Pokemon. I don't know how easy it would have been to see Tadbulb without the light. So
yeah. I
after
know,
this,
right?
it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see how hard it is to see this little guy. Um, so pretty wise, awesome. Quests, fantastic. I really like the quest this time around.
Yeah,
They're
yeah. No.
really like all the event ones, really good. Good Pokemon, and the quests weren't bad per se. Hatch two eggs was probably what the most annoying one, and even then, I didn't think it was horrible.
Yeah, I think there was two research quests that you could do for Bellibolt and Moral. I think Moral was hatching or given more in the spin 10 Pokestops, and then if you hatch two eggs, you can either get Moral or Bellibolt at that point. So it wasn't too bad, to say the least. I think Wonkamilla was a guaranteed Moral, but I can't remember right now anymore.
That
Uh,
sounds right. And then
yeah,
it was a gift with a sticker for Darumaka.
yeah, which was nice too. I mean, Darumaka is still a pretty good Pokemon to say the least.
Yeah, I definitely
But
think that one was the most rare. But that's
yeah.
fine because I think people were mostly hunting for the other two. At least I was.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think that regardless, I mean, there wasn't like insanely amount of raids to do anyways. Um, yeah, it wasn't really too much when it comes down to it. In the raid department, the eggs. Okay, so 7K eggs. Now we did talk about this when the announcement was released, and there was something that I plead to everybody to just be sure about this. The eggs were complete trash. Like the 7K eggs were complete trash when it comes down to it. We had what, 5 Pokemons in the pool the entire time? And out of those five, Moral was the new one. And of course, they say, oh, you get a greater chance of getting shiny Moral from eggs instead of the wild. Bro, people were hatching like 7K eggs like madmen this week, and we're seeing at least out of one batch, maybe one, at best two Morals out of the entire batch. And that's not including every other shiny Pokemon that could be coming out of the eggs at the time.
It might be because Morlul isn't that hyped of a Pokemon, but I don't think I've seen a single Morlul shiny that somebody flexed online.
When and hatch more than anything. I've seen some people actually flex it, but
They have?
that's mostly
Okay.
a wild. It was mostly a wild encounter.
Okay.
So it not nobody had never really said that they needed out of the 7K eggs or anything like that, or they got it from the 7K eggs or anything like that. So even like people like JT Ballard, like I saw his videos in the last few days, and he was just like not having it with the 70K eggs because they were not pointing to anything. I don't even think he actually got the new Mortal at this point, unless he actually got it like today or something. But that depends on the video, like tomorrow, anyways.
Uh, yeah, I got two eggs I'll be hatching later this week, but I'm not worried. I'm
Yeah,
not expecting anything.
yeah. So aside from that, the event itself seemed okay. Like I said, it wasn't like a increase of everything else in the end of the day. So I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
that's
think
quite high, I
seven's
believe.
pretty fair.
Yeah, I think that the only thing that pushed it over to a 7, and sorry for all this stuff here. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have some weird notifications. Luckily, you guys cannot hear my notifications on my computer right
Nah.
now. Yeah, so that's good. The thing that would have kept it a little over top, maybe a couple extra raids. We had Verizion for most of the raid day, or for the race for the Festival of Lights, and then of course Mega Garden Shop, which it was nice. Now we do have to talk about Mega Garden Shop Day because there is a couple of things there
Yes.
that we do have to mention before we move on. It was fine. Every single day, every single gym was a garden shop, which was good. I love that they completely cleared out any other eggs before the event started, so there was no instances of any other raid or any shadow legendary or regular 5-star coming out of the gyms at the time of the event starting. So every single gym was Mega Card Shop through and through. In my mind, or at least in my group, because we had at least 3 groups within 3 hours, we all went around our usual spots. We got it all done, and then we reset it the same way we started. So it was literally at least 10 raids per hour, which was not so bad, or more, depending on how much we actually did, because Garncho was easy to take down regardless.
Mhm.
At one point, we had over 20 accounts, which was cool. And we even saw people that we never even interacted with before, so that's actually pretty
Nah,
cool too.
nah, brand new
Um,
people coming up.
yeah, at the end, of course, we did actually see most of them leave, but at that point, everybody got what they wanted. So
I think what they did this time was very interesting because I remember the raid days in the past where it would be like Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno, like for those raid days, it was just the same raid for 3 hours. So it
yeah,
was very cool that they refreshed every hour. I really like that because obviously you're able to do more raids because you're just able to redo the raids you already did. I think that's less stress on people for like having to ride across the entire city. Um, so yeah. Honestly, I think the execution was like a 10 out of 10 pretty much there. I'm
yes,
really happy with
execution
that.
was. I do believe. Now you also had the ability to do 10 raids throughout the entire day, or 10 remote raids throughout the entire
Mhm.
day. You had the $5 ticket that gave you an extra amount of free raid passes that you can use. Technically, almost the same amount that you would do if you actually buy another 5 raid passes for yourself, anyway. So it's not that much difference. It was like 14 free raid passes if you buy the ticket. It was 5 raid passes if you only had like the normal time. So it wasn't too bad. Now there were some distances between other things. Now one of the bonuses that I actually mentioned was the increased chance of getting Candy XL or Rare Candy XL. And I know you're in the same situation
Laughing
than
at
I
that,
am.
yeah.
I don't think that was boosted at all. Now, do granted, I probably did I never really counted how many I had before, but I did get quite a bit of them at a time. I was even getting them from remote rates, which was actually insane.
You want to know something
So that's
funny?
what.
I did a when I did a Mega Garchomp raid with Julie, probably like an hour ago.
Mhm.
I got an extra large rare candy from that.
Well, yeah.
So
So
I don't know how
uh,
boosted it is on the raid day apparently, but I
yeah.
can't really remember seeing too much that day.
Yeah, on the day itself, I wasn't seeing as much extra
Oh,
like
oh,
candy sale out of
but
all.
that was one of the ones you had to pay for, right?
I don't think so.
I can't remember. I
Let me
think that was one
see.
of the bonuses for like the paid experience, but I can't remember.
Let me just check on the website real quick since I'm able to really do it quickly with that. Then bonuses. Okay, so yes, that was the ticketed experience. So if
Okay.
you buy the ticket, you get increased chance of getting a rare candy XL from raid battles. And that was only if you bought the ticket.
Yeah, I saw dude, I'm so bad with names. So bad
Mm.
with names. The Australian grinder that we saw at Go Tour. Fleece King. Fleece King.
Pliskin?
I
Okay,
remember.
okay, I was about to
Yeah,
say.
he was saying it really should be guaranteed. And I think if you're paying, I
Yeah.
think, one extra large rare candy per raid, I think that's pretty fair.
Right, and
If
it
they're
would
gonna
not break the
advertise
game
it.
at that point.
No, no, I
There
think
is
that's
one
pretty
thing.
fair.
Yeah, there was one thing that technically made it. It would have been better if it was just at least one guarantee per raid. I mean, you do
And
what?
then maybe a chance for an extra one.
Correct, and that's the greater chance when it comes down to it. The biggest thing about it is that if let's say you did 50 raids, that's 50 extra large candies right there. You're spending the money. Niantic is actually like doting in money and everything at that point, and then at the end of the day, nobody complains about it because it would have actually gotten at least 50 out of the whole deal. I have heard at least the amount of raids that people have done, at least 50 of them, they only got at best 2 or 3, which was kind of insane. But now that I'm looking at the event, I'm questioning if they actually bought the ticket, and they mentioned that because they had to actually buy the ticket to get the extra XL. I
Because
believe I got not too many, but I did get maybe about 5 at that point, if I can remember correctly.
yeah, because I couldn't remember for sure if that was a ticketed thing, but I was like, well, it's not fair for me to say I didn't get any if I didn't pay for the ticket.
That's right. That's right.
So I was like,
But
wait a
yeah,
minute.
and then one last thing to recap, really, when it comes down to it, because this actually has been happening the last week itself. There've been some tests about some boxes in the shop that people were really interested on. When it started coming out, it was kind of weird because it was what 50 incubators and 50 super incubators for like 7,000 Pokecoins or something like that.
Yeah, I never saw that one. I've definitely seen the screenshots though.
Yes. I actually saw it on my, like, I think a couple of days back. There was also some other boxes where they give you 30 out of 30 for like 50 something or 50,000 Pokecoins or something like
Never
that.
mind. I just checked the shop and I have it. The 50/50.
Yeah. So, so those kind of like boxes, and I think a lot of the actual other content creators and myself can say this. It's a bit worth it. I know it's $70 in itself, but you are getting probably double the value or even more from what you're actually paying at that point because getting the 50 incubators and all that stuff, it's actually worth it. Now, I did buy the 30/30 at the time that I had it, and it was like 5,000 so Pokecoins or so. But the other one that I saw during Raid Day actually was one that gave you, I think, 30 or 20 raid passes on itself, and then like 30 incubators also. So I already got like 50/50 incubators without even having to pay for everything.
Yeah, I definitely had I think it was the 30/30 for 30 raid passes and 30 regular incubators.
Yeah,
Which, I always think of each of the raid passes as basically the equivalent of $1. I
yeah,
know in the past we've seen boxes that had like 24 raid passes and like a bunch of other jazz for like 1,500, 1,600 coins, and like that was like a steal. But yeah, that box was really good. I was pretty happy with the price because it was
nice,
what, like
nice.
50, like
Yeah,
5,000 coins. Yeah,
yeah, it's something like that in the end of the day. However, I do believe that it's worth it if you have the money. I'm not saying spend it just because you have the chance to, or if you want to like put a little more money and then go broke for some reason. If the $70 is much too much for you, then don't do it. That's. I'm just saying it's a good deal
buy it for the
because of
whole
how
year.
little.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's like, yeah, you could just. I'm probably gonna be done in like by the time New Year comes in anyway. But anyways, I have checks all the time, brother. But anyway,
Yeah, they're gonna put
all right,
Shiny Railu in there again.
all right. So that's everything really for recaps and everything that has happened really last week when it comes down to a thing. So let's move on to this research topics of the day. And we're already 30 minutes in, so I guess we should probably do this. All right. So, Chris, I'll let you go about this one because this is more interesting for, PvP players out there.
All right. So Pokemon Go local organized play is going to expand to Europe, which I think is very interesting. Because for Pokemon Go to expand, it definitely has to be all over the place. So having it all over Europe is definitely going to help us be seen as a higher competitive scene. So I'm very happy with that. It's saying here players can participate in official Pokemon Go events, including Pokemon Go challenges and Go Cups. Pokemon Go players in Europe can now take part in sanctioned events at local organized play retail locations. So they actually have a link here on the Pokemon Go website for this, where you can actually look and find the events near you. So yeah, definitely look at that if you're interested in Europe and you want to see. Because we'd love to see who wins at Worlds next year. I'm definitely interested.
So a real thing when it comes down to this, and I know this is a small section of it itself, it just having the ability to really put in like players from all around the world all together to play and have central points to actually get to like the play Pokemon points, the international championships, the regional championships, and even worlds at that point. It gives it a good incentive for players out there to go about it. Now, of course, if you get number one in internationals or regionals, you're set to go to worlds regardless of how it may be. Because they pay for the ticket, they pay for the flight, they pay for the hotel staying and everything. And this time it's in Hawaii. So, I mean, if you actually get a first place in something, then you are ready to go, brother.
Yeah,
but it
free
will be
trip to
nice.
Hawaii, basically.
Free trip to Hawaii, that would be amazing, Regardless of how it may be, I'm glad that at least they're expanding their play Pokemon, not just in the United States or in Asia. I'm not sure if Asia is having any play center events at that point, but regardless of how it may be, having Europe as part of it too, it also brings the hype for the play Pokemon events and everything like that. So, take it as a will. If you really are passionate about PvP, I do suggest trying a couple of these events and see if you can actually become the very best. So, all right. So next on our list, unless you have any more thoughts about that.
Honestly, yeah, I think I said pretty much everything. If you're even the slightest interested in Pokemon Go or you just want to support your local Go play events, I would just check it out. See what you can do. Maybe just add some friends in Pokemon Go if you're in Europe.
That too. Ooh, drowsy finally got to me. Anyways, all right. So next on our list today, we have save the dates for the next season's community day. So we have technically the next season worth of dates. So people are not surprised of when the next community day is.
It's a lot of dates.
It's nice. Yeah, I know. It's nice to know this in advance. And thank you for Niantic for really getting that kind of communication to us. So we're going to go ahead and let you know what the next seasons are. So really remember the next season starts on December and ends at the end of February. So that's 3 months worth of a new season that we technically won't have any more information until probably after Thanksgiving anyways. And that's because, Niantic loves to get into the last minute for news anyways.
Little surprise, yeah.
Right. So the next seasons of community dates, we're starting on Saturday and Sunday, December 16 and 17, which we know that is going to be the community day. The community weekend recap for the entire year's worth of community days. We had some bangers this year, so hopefully we're actually going to get some bangers in the next on those 2 days specifically. They usually like to split it like half and half in between, so you'll be able to target what you want if you don't want to actually play one or the other in the end of the day. Saturday, January 6th, so that's really a week after New Year, so basically, prepare for the next big community day. Which we got some leaks already, but we're not going to talk leaks now. Saturday, January 20th, Community Day Classic. Again, we have some leaks about that, and I don't know if people are happy about that, but we'll see. And then Sunday, February 4, 2024. Can you believe we're actually at 2024 already? Like, we're getting that at this point. It's crazy.
Time flies, man.
Yeah. Aside from community days, we also have some additional in-game events coming next season. First one starting on December 3rd. So basically, at the end of this month, we will see something special. And it's one day. It's not saying like a specific timeline. It's gonna be a one-day event. I don't know what they're thinking of. I guess prepare your Sundays. Saturday, December 9th. It's gonna be another one. Hopefully a radio or something. Saturday, December 23rd.
Thank goodness it's not on Christmas or Thanksgiving again this year.
I'm just thankful it's not on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
I think I'll be working that day anyway, so it depends on what they do for the afternoon. Sunday, January 14th. It's I think the same week as Classic or the same weekend as Classic. No, that's actually like next week or something like that. No, the weekend before. Anyways, Saturday and Sunday, January 17th to the 28th. Interesting. And then Sunday, February 11th. Now, let me ask you, when was Go Tour last year?
Ooh. That wasn't in January, was it?
I think that was February.
I want to say you're right.
Let me do a little bit of research, guys, if we can.
Was it in March?
Go Tour 2023.
I might have said oh, it's my birthday present or something, and
yeah,
it might have been close to March or April.
So it was February. May. Yeah, we're saying it was February at the time.
Okay. Because I guess we could have just checked the Pokemon. Yeah, Hamtaro's all on top of it.
It's in the middle of February, Valentine's weekend. It was Valentine's weekend. I don't remember. Let me check.
That's insane.
Before Salter Las Vegas.
Yeah, check your thousands of Groudons for the location tag.
Oh god, yeah, I know, right? Can we do location on the? No, we cannot do location. Stamp car? No. We'll just go with Groudon, yeah. Like 20,000 Groudons that I have.
Yeah, that's global.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, so one of them was during Gold.
About February 19th.
February 19th, yeah. So it was, I think, the weekend after. So if we look at these dates for this community or this event-specific news, they're giving us January 27th and the 28th. If they were smart enough, and if that's a Go Tour in January, I believe they should give us the news pretty early now. They should be giving us the news to plan out for flights within the next 2 weeks at best, because they need at least 2 months to prepare for this kind of thing. In the end of the day, now don't quote me for sure because we're not entirely sure when it comes down to it. We have had some leaks, as I have been mentioning earlier, that this could happen in. This is the only leak that I'm actually going to pronounce here because, and again, don't quote me on this. Take it with a grain of salt. It's not confirmed. Please don't think that this is something that's going to happen. But the leaks say that the next Go Tour is going to be in Los Angeles, California. Now, the reason why I wanted to cover a little bit on that part, I don't know if I want to go to Las Vegas. Or Las Vegas, to Los Angeles at that point. I've been there before. I've been to Santa Monica and I go to all those places, so it's not that bad. Depending really on the location, but I believe this is out of my price range at this point. I do believe Los Angeles is really expensive for me to go to this time around.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Niantic decides to be like, hey, you can get a ticket
free
today.
Ticket, yo. But
we're part of the media. Don't worry.
Yeah. I think it would be interesting if it was in Los Angeles. I've been over there. I think there would be plenty of stuff to do over there, to keep everyone separated, especially if they want to follow what they've been doing with the city events. Why am I blanking on what they're called? Safari zones.
Yeah.
If they wanted to, if they wanted to do that for a city event for Go Tour, I think that would be very interesting. And then have a little bit of a park experience too.
But it wouldn't be a bad idea. I just think that, I don't know, out of all the states, the ones that really do put in a lot of money is Los Angeles for sure. It's
Yeah.
I would say maybe. I mean, if they would have done it here in Florida, I would have not mind because a February go
Hey,
tour in Florida would have been like the best thing in the world,
hey,
anyways.
they got a 1 in 50 chance, buddy.
Yeah,
I,
and
I
again,
I think
we
Florida's got to be pretty up there though.
yeah,
I think they're probably just like, yo, it's gonna be kind of hot. But I mean, like Las Vegas was not like,
hot in February in Florida, and at least it will be nice and
not
cool.
February, not February.
Yeah, yeah. So here's the thing. I always say that go tours are going to be mostly in the north side of things. Or I'm sorry, that's the south side of things because it is a lot cooler during the beginning of the year for us here in the southern areas of like Florida, places that we live. While go tours are going to be more in the north just to keep away from the hot summer days. There's never going to be a go fest in Florida because of how hot it is and how they don't want to really die at that point. But everything else after that, oh god, that would be insane. I'm probably a little bit tight on money anyway, so this might be the first time in a long time that I don't plan going into a specific event for this kind of reason. Now, of course, again, grain of salt, it could change. We don't know. It could be another state if we needed to. If it's another state that has a little more rich history of best, I would try to see if I can plan to get to that one. Mostly because at the same time, it is a new state. I mean, in Los Angeles is a state I already been to. I know that I haven't visited the entire state, but at least at that point, it is a little bit better in that sense, you know. Um, if it comes to Dallas, bro, we're going right now. Anyways,
Texas would be cool. I would
yeah,
like to visit Texas. Um,
yeah,
yeah, I don't see myself that interested in going to Los Angeles. It really would depend on like what's going on and what Go Fest is.
yeah.
And I don't think we're gonna find out where Go Fest is the same time that the Go Tour is going on. So I don't
That's
know.
right. That's right.
Um,
Yeah, I believe
so
that if this year is how it is and how my life is going right now, I believe that only GoFest will be the only possible event that I'll probably be attending.
yeah, and
Um,
I think between the two, I think Go Fest is just a much safer choice. It's just
I
gonna be
mean,
a lot more fun.
Chris itself is getting married next year, so we gotta plan out for that too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. July, hopefully. Should be
Yeah,
good
there
for
we go.
July.
All right. So again, take it with a grain of salt. Let's not think too deep into it. If the dates they are mentioning here are part of that event, and then February 11th probably could be the global event, but I don't. Did they do a 1 day event for the global during the Go Tour?
I think it was 2 days. The first day was something, and then the second day was Rayquaza, or vice versa. For because we didn't have
No, that was
Primal
GoFest.
Rayquaza. Was that? Holy
No, yeah,
cow!
Mega Rayquaza was in GoFest, but I think we did had 2 days of global Go Tour. So
I'm not sure because were the Primals day one at GoFest,
yeah,
or was that
yeah,
something different?
Primals was day one of GoFest this year, global at least.
Okay, I think we still did have a global for Go Tour though. I
No,
think
yeah,
you're
we
right about
definitely
that.
did. I just don't remember if it was a 2 day event or a 1 day event when it came down to Golf Tour. So if that's the case, I know that they're planning something. At that point, we just have to request the days off for those days. Anyways, excuse me for the burps. Uh, Golf Fest Bachelor Party.
You
Anyway,
like that?
yeah, I like that. But yeah, that's the save the dates. Do plan out accordingly if you really want to partake in almost of these events. And then take another grain of salt of what we've mentioned. Again, it's not something that we want to go about it if we can, just because of how the lives are. Anyways, but yeah, let's move on to the next piece of news. And this one is a classic because I don't know why we didn't mention that, but I guess we kind of knew about this one anyways. November's 2023 Community Day Classic Marip is happening on November 25th from 2 to 5 p.m. local time. So that's a Saturday. It's a classic, so it is something that we had before. They're happy to announce that Marip, the Wool Pokemon, is going to be part of the classic, anyways. Marip, Shiny Chance. If you evolve Marip all the way to the evolution to Ampharos, we'll know the Charge Attack Dragon Pulse, and Dragon Pulse is not really the greatest move in the world, anyway. So we'll see how it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. For people that don't know about the Mega, that definitely sounds really weird, but they're definitely gonna be giving us some Mega
And
energy, I'm sure.
yeah. So to move forward with mostly with that, the Community Day Classic Special Research Story $1 equivalent to your local currency. We do have an exclusive special research story, and I don't think they have a real name for that. So
Nah, nothing
yeah,
nothing snazzy this time.
the bonuses for the event. We have 1-4 hash distance when eggs are placed in incubators. Within Vampire, we had this in the last community day, so that's actually kind of interesting to do in the double communities. Low modules and incense will be activated for 3 hours and specifically, and then snapshots for a surprise. Field research will award you with Mareep's Pokemon Showcase, which that's the reason why we knew there was a classic of this Mareep are happening for Mareep Community Day Classic. Web store will have a classic box for $10 or $9.99. Of course, with your equivalent at that point, for 500 Pokeballs. I'm never buying that. Event bundles for the regular shop. $13.50 for the 50 Ultra Balls, 5 incubators, and then for 80 for 30 Ultra Balls, 1 cent, and 3 Super Incubators, and yada yada. The reason why I really just came over this is because Mareep is probably not the greatest Pokemon to actually come to Pokemon Go regardless. It has some niche. At the beginning, when we had really Mareep Community Day at the first time around, we were wondering, a lot of people were wondering, why does it have a dragon move at the evolution? And just like Chris has mentioned, it has a Mega that turns it to a dragon, so it will be staff when you do Mega. Any thoughts on this, Chris?
Yeah, the only people I think are really going to be interested in it are PvP people. I don't think the community day move is too spectacular, but I think getting a good PvP one for like Ultra League is going to be really good. And the only other people other than that are like people that don't have Raikou and like Zekrom, like don't have those electric attackers for raids. So this will be decent for that, but I don't think it's that crazy. Any community day is another chance at a Shundo though, and this is a mega Shundo chance, so I think there is definitely a reason to play. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't going to play a comp day.
Well, it's one of those things. I think I'm working that Saturday or not. I don't even know at this point.
Yeah, I'm working every Saturday, but I'll be playing the last little bit.
No, this one is. You said it was the 25th, right? That's what I mentioned.
Yes.
This is after Thanksgiving, so I'll actually be completely off the entire weekend after that. So yeah, I'll be able to play the competitive day in the course. In regards to that, anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next piece of news. And this is exciting for people in Canada.
We got King over here.
Yeah. So, catch Pokemon at McDonald's in Canada this month. Wait, only this month? Trainers, we're excited to announce that Pokemon Go and McDonald's in Canada are collaborating to bring even more Pokestops to trainers in Canada. We're just a few steps away from loving it. If I have a penny for every time somebody has said that when I was working there, I would be a billionaire by this point. Anyways, this month. Okay, so it's only this month. I don't know why they say that. Trainers throughout Canada will be able to interact with sponsored Pokestops when they visit a McDonald's restaurant. Now you can enjoy a delicious meal with your friends and catch new Pokemon at the same time. From visiting these locations and spinning the Pokestops at the sponsored locations, trainers can also pick up sponsored field research tasks that are worth Stardust or even rare candy. That's pretty decent, I guess. I think we already have that through like Starbucks anyways.
Yeah, I think Starbucks is the closest for us, or maybe Verizon, but mostly Starbucks.
Yeah, so we're excited to partner with McDonald's in Canada for the first time. We hope to enjoy these spurs. Keep an eye out for future announcements and other special promotions with McDonald's in Canada. TM for sure. And that's it. Pretty much it. That's the whole announcement. I don't know why they only say this month. I don't know. It's gonna be ending by November, and you guys will not have it. It is exciting that they're expanding their sponsorship when it comes down to it to other kind of media because Pokemon Go is a go out and play, so you might as well go out and eat. And love it while you're at it. Please don't ever tell me to do this ever again.
I want the gifts from McDonald's. I don't know why. Like I'm not a big McDonald's fan, but I think it is kind of funny.
Yeah, it is hilarious when it comes down to it. But yeah, so that's that. And then the biggest piece of news that we have this week is the new event that's happening in the coming days. Here we go. Fashion Week returns featuring some snazzy looking Pokemon, snazzy as how it is. Trainers, we get ready for Pokemon Fashion Week in Pokemon Go. Kenny Gatita makes his Pokemon Go debut, joined by Dragonite and Whoopin wearing fashionable costumes. When is this starting? Wednesday, November 15 at 10 a.m. until Sunday, November 19 at 8 p.m. local time. So this is kind of a short event, a 4.5-day event when it comes down to it.
Ooh.
So this is going to be a little rough for a couple of players.
Yeah, maybe I gotta take off that Wednesday.
I know, right? Pokemon Go debuts. New custom Pokemon will appear during this event. Dragonite wearing a fashionable costume with a shiny chance, a Wooper wearing a fashionable costume with a shiny chance, and then a Quagsire wearing a fashionable costume with no shiny chance. But that's because you can evolve it when it comes down to it. You'll also be able to gather custom Pokemon featured in past fashion weeks during this event. Then, of course, if you evolve your Wooper, you can get the fashionable costume for Quagsire. Real quick, before we actually move on to the next part of that, excited about Dragonite? Yes. How we're gonna get it is probably going to kill us. Anyways.
I'm very worried about its catch rate, especially if you happen to get a shiny one.
Oh, brother. Event bonuses. Selected avatar items will be on sale during Fashion Week, so I guess if you really wanted a discount, this is the time for it. 2 times candy for catching Pokemon, which is pretty good, I guess. An increased chance of trainers level 31 and up to receive candy except for sexually catching Pokemon. Okay, anyways. Paytime research. Fashion Week team ride research will be available for $2 or equivalent to your local currency. And then complete the research tasks to earn encounters with various Pokemon wearing costumes and 2 premium battle passes. That pays for itself, so that's pretty good. Wild encounters. Chris, you want to go over the real wild encounters here?
Yeah. So this is one I remember. The Pikachu with the summer flare. At least that looks familiar to me. We got
real quick. We're not in summer, so I don't know why the heck we're getting summer Pikachu this time around.
Yeah, this Pikachu is out of its element. We got Diglett wearing a fashionable costume. I really like the little hat on it. Wooper wearing a fashionable costume. Krogunk wearing a fashionable costume. I think that's the only shiny I have. And then Gothita. Female Frillish will be out and about. Furfru, for those of you hunting at shiny, and Marini. And then if you're lucky, you might encounter Absol wearing a fashionable costume and Male Frillish. So Male Frillish is going to be the rare one to find here.
Now, of course, real quick, the Absol does have a custom. It's just the glasses, and you can't tell what the heck he's wearing at that point, but it is a glass in there.
Yeah, it's so small. And then for raids, and this is something I'm definitely going to recommend when we get to it. Diglett, Wooper, Sneasel wearing the fashionable costume, and Furfru are all going to be 1-star raids. For 3-star raids, we got Butterfree, Dragonite, Kirlia, and Absol. So if you guys remember, I was worried about the Dragonite running away if it was shiny. If you're worried about that, I think you may want to do the raids for Dragonite to try and get that shiny Dragonite. Because obviously the ones from the raids aren't running really. You just got to get lucky catching it.
Right. So to add on to that, the eggs fall in distance. So 5-kilometer eggs will be hatching. Gatita, or assess Gatita catching from eggs will have a greater chance of shiny Pokemon than Gatita found in the wild. But this time it's not a 7K egg pool, it's going to be a 5K egg pool. Remember, you are still competing for 2-kilometer eggs and 10-kilometer eggs or spinning stop, so be careful how many you actually get. You can't really target this unless you're getting lucky anyways. Pikachu with a Summer Flare, Wooper with his fashionable costume, Shrimish with a fashionable costume, Jinx with a fashionable costume, and Gatita. So that is interesting in its own.
I'm kind of happy to hatch eggs here because I literally need all of them. Maybe I don't remember if I got the Shinx already. I don't think I do.
I don't remember.
But yeah, this may be one I actually kind of go hard on because I do really like shiny costume Pokemon.
Well, good luck getting your 5K eggs out of spins. Field research tags encounters will be Butterfree, Diglett, Wooper, Kirlia, Shinx, and Lissel. All of them will be wearing its fashionable costume, which is cool. I think I have the Butterfree. I think I have 2 Butterfrees with the fashionable costume, so that's interesting.
Yeah,
everything else is kind of like meh. We also have a collection challenge, which a Fashion Week team collection challenge is common. It says that if you can receive an encounter with Dragonite wearing the fashionable custom, XP, and Stardust, so you at least guarantee 1 without having to do a raid. You just have to collect everything else before you actually get to that point. So do as it may be, you still get a shiny chance when it comes down to it. New avatar items. So, got the stop, got the little pants, got the little shoes. Really look this top, really look this boots, hood, denim jacket, and denim pants. Yeah, I don't know.
The odd
I
one
do.
out for me is definitely Real Nicholas on the left. He looks so funny to me. The Gothadel
Yeah,
kind of gives me some Cynthia vibes though.
I know, right? That looks pretty cool. I do like the other one, the blue one. So I guess it's the hood denim jacket.
Yeah, the
It looks
denim.
pretty cool. Yeah. Uh, Anyways, Pokemon showcases will be the fashion week will be Gatita and Marini, and then party play. So celebrate fashion week by wearing your favorite Adam outfits while in a party. Which I don't think it gives you a bonus if you actually have some weird stuff anyway. So,
Nah.
um,
For
and
those
that's
curious, if you
fashion
change
week.
your outfit while in a party, Pure Letter tested it, and it does make your avatar go away, and then it reloads with your new outfit. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So that is fashion week. Any thoughts before we actually get?
Um, I'm excited. I think there's a lot of really good shinies to hunt after. I've never gotten a Pichu with a costume, so that's one of the reasons I really want to hatch those 5Ks. I
Yeah.
think out of all the raids, though, I think all I'm gonna be doing is Dragonite. I
Same.
don't think I don't think any of the other ones are really worth it. Like Absol is cool to find, but from the wild, he's fine. Other than that, I think I'm just gonna be chasing another Furfru and male Frillish.
Yeah, same.
And
Well, I
Gothita.
do need like all the furthers. Definitely a Furfru, but Dragonite it might be the only thing that happens.
Mhm.
Of course, if we're going by Niantic's terms, that the Dragonite is probably going to be like the hardest thing to find, regardless of how you look at it.
Yeah, because it has come to my attention for the wild encounters. I don't even see Dragonite, so it's only really gonna be in raids.
And
Um,
raids and the collection challenge, that's the only things that you're
collection channel.
able to do. Yeah, so
I wouldn't be that surprised if you're able to see it from like Adventure Incense, but it
hmm
may just be possible they're leaving that up to a surprise because they don't want people to get their hopes up.
yeah.
That's
So
just my thoughts.
I would have liked it if they were in a difficult field research task. I think that a lot of people will be able to point at that, or a radar field research task
Yeah,
when it
like
comes down to it.
win 3 raids or something.
Yeah, that way. I mean, that still feels a little like a feel in the gut when it comes down to it. If it would have been just more money spent to just get more chances to do it. But either way, it would have been nice to have a somewhat of a free-ish version to the whole thing. So, but yeah, that's Fashion Week. Again, more customs and more things right after a Halloween event. So believe that this is just one of those that if you really want to go harder, go for it. You do have at least 40 and a half days when it comes down to it. So take it as a maybe. That's how it is.
Yeah, good luck out there, guys.
Yeah. All right. So I believe that's it for the news. I know we had quite a bit of it today. We are almost an hour into the podcast today, so that's pretty nice. Let's quickly get to our PvP section. Get good, get wrecked. Here we go.
uh,
We have GVL, which first and foremost we are in Electric Cup and Ultra League.
yeah, I've been slacking.
I've been slacking so much, really. I got to rank 10, and that's been my whole out for the entire week, for the entire month. I only done like 45 battles anyway, so I don't know. One of those things in the end of the day. How about you, Chris? How you doing in there?
I hit 2500. I'm at 2517 right now, but after I
Okay.
hit that, I just kind of stopped. Um,
Right.
I may try to climb more. At least try to hit 2750.
Right.
But I've seen a lot of people hitting legend, and I still haven't hit legend, so I really
Yeah.
should try to push because like you can't win if you don't try, right? So,
Yeah. Right.
so
I want to
yeah.
do at least a series myself to just try to see if I can reach legend or close to legend by just doing Master League sets.
Something I hear from the team Switchmasters all the time that I'm in is as long as you're doing your battles, you're getting a 60% win rate, which isn't even that good. That's like a 3-2. And you're just consistently getting that kind of win rate. You're gonna hit legend. I think I can't remember what the odds said, but it was pretty decent for battles.
Yeah.
But like you just have to like keep battling. Like I think it was like it wasn't even like full sets a day. It was like 3 sets a day or something. So
Yeah.
it's still possible to hit it, even if you're not the best battler in the world.
Hmm. Yeah, again, it's just a matter of things. I really lost a lot of motivation after reaching 920 or Ace last season, which in overall it's kind of an accomplishment just because it's been a while since I really tried to get anything. It's just a motivation to really start doing sets and everything. I know the meta has been switched a lot since the last update of moves and everything, so it's kind of been if I want to, it's cool. If not, then I guess it is what it is when it comes down to it. I just been focusing on other things and doing all the stuff that I needed to do just to make sure that I get by my own
Yeah,
when it comes down to it.
in my opinion, however you play Pokemon Go is completely whatever makes you happy.
Yeah,
So like you don't have to do everything in Pokemon Go. If you don't want to try for Legend, no sweat.
yeah,
I still want to try
if,
and get that shiny Pikachu Libre though. That's
yeah.
one of the
I know,
things
right?
that keeps pushing me to try and do it.
Yeah. So, how it may be, it is how it is for us. Anything else on your end, Chris?
Yes. So for Switch Masters, they started a new rule, and I'm not gonna lie, I was like, man, that seems kind of targeted against me. They started the rule that you had to stream your battles,
Oh,
and I don't like stream my battles, cause like I'm like, oh, they're gonna see me do bad. But quite the contrary. We actually we did a very good. Like it's like a good training bit. You can look over the teams and train against each other before the battles and see what you're doing weird, what you're doing right. And
mhm.
yeah, ended up working out really well. Did a 3-0 versus my opponent. Our team actually was, I think we were down 2-4. And then after me and one of my other teammates got a 3-0, we were pretty high up there. It was like a 10, I think it was like 10-4, or something crazy. So it ended up being that one of our teammates just had to get 1 point, and he ended up pulling a 2-1. So yeah, we ended up winning this week. Not super close, but these weren't easy opponents. So we did get pretty lucky with a lot of the lineups, a lot of the leads. So very happy there. And yeah, all around great battlers. Really good team morale on both sides. So I was really happy.
Wonderful.
It's always nice when you get good people.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Well, congrats, guys. Congrats. There's been a lot of other things mentioning in the PvP world right now. I do want to go over a few little things, nothing major when it comes down to it. So first and foremost, I believe, and I didn't put it in the notes because I was just hurrying up to get the actual news out here. But Davon Corporation, I think it's called. Let me see. Actually, I'm gonna go to Zygarden first. So let me actually check, and I'm sorry for not actually having on the stream out there for you guys. But first and foremost, we have the DevCorp GG or Dev Corporation is technically the brand new site that's being kind of like growing in popularity when it comes to grassroots PvP. It has put out I believe a website or something that actually puts on like the development of like the Play Pokemon series and everything, and so players out there. It's kind of cool when it comes down to it, but it's Davon Corporation. It has been announced saying that it's soon going to be born. The Discord server will be up and about hopefully by January, but they do want to go ahead and say that in quote with this, with some of the world top meta builders and global leaderboards in the future, the corporation cannot wait to build a corporate or collaborate with PvP platforms to begin new seasons of Grassroot Go PvP. The stands alongside GPLA and play Pokemon as a strong mission for a battler's talent in PvP. End quote. So they are planning to say as early as 2024. This is separate from the side garden option that we had before, which was technically the other grassroots PvPs that we wanted to actually grow from the beginning after the Silt Arena and Silt.gg were shut down at the end of July. And then Side Garden actually did mention something real quick here from their Discord and everything. We also wanted to give an update regarding platform development. Our volunteers on the dev team has taken the idea of Zygar cells to heart. In the past several months, we've seen several other organizations emerge, and rather than further divide resources, our volunteers on the dev team have shifted the priorities to work on other platforms like the Davon Corporation and Battle Frontier. A small team has split off separately to still work on a unique platform long term, but for right now, our main focus is to collaborate with others and get trainers battling as quick as possible. The server was founded as a place for collaboration and input from the community, and in terms of the future of the server, we feel that we are finally starting to see the hopes to come to fruition. We may not see many new polls and feedbacks in the immediate future, but we're still keeping the server around for as needed. So we're not seeing Side Garden as the main place that we're going to have grassroots PvP at this point right now. I'm not saying that they are taking it off completely out, but it's just that since they have split some of the volunteers out there into other organizations, after the downfall of Ghost Stadium, which we haven't heard anything since. But given that, hopefully Davian Corporation will be something that will technically graph what the pieces are right now, since we are really scattered up and about. The Battle Frontier, I haven't heard too much about it. I know it's been out there for the grassroots PvP, but there are definitely some people out there that are keeping the last few strings that we have left or that community out there. At least when it comes down to the real grassroots, to the real tournament practices, to the real things. And then hopefully, add it to the play Pokemon so the real tournaments are out there for, let's say, forming a team just like the Ghost Stadium had before, or, sending the players out there to perform, sponsorships and everything like that when it comes down to it. So hopefully this will be the start of something new. And I believe we're just going to see it grow the more we share it, the more we see it. Hopefully by the beginning of next year. And then that way we'll just be off to the races once again.
Yeah, I kind of thought that Zygarden would just be the straight up replacement for Sylph, but they've showed that they're trying to help other people grow, kind of living up to the name of Zygarden. And they're like being the little gardeners for Devin and a few other people. So I am interested to see, what ends up happening, because it's not that Zygarden isn't doing anything. I do think they have a lot of people on the team with Zygarden that is very instrumental in making sure that Devin .gg becomes like a real place to battle. So I'm definitely interested in what's happening. I know what I use Battle Frontier to do all the battles with the different factions that I'm in. I know that is definitely flourishing right now, so I'm definitely interested to see how Devin does and what they do differently, what they do the same. Because it is kind of worrisome if it's like a big difference between Pokemon Go play events and like Sylph and all that jazz. So hopefully it's not too different. That way people can switch between the two without having to think too much.
Yeah, I believe that all of this will little by little trickle into one organization entirely. I'm hoping that it's not just one organization, because in the end of the day, if we want to actually see the strong sense of what PvP can really bring to the play Pokemon events, multiple organizations will probably be, recruiting players, top players out there to just, send them into the real battles out there and see how they fare out against the competition and everything. I hope that this is something in line for like esports kind of deal. I know it's gonna take a while before we actually get to this point. We were technically almost there in some sense, but of course, things just trickle in into being bad to worse, and things has been shutting down. So this year really hasn't been too great when it comes down to grassroots PvP in general. But I believe that from those ashes, we can rise once again. We can go ahead and build that foundation once more, or even if the foundation is already there, we'll build it once again to become pillars of the PvP community and everything like that. We're hoping for a lot of the PvP content creators out there to really join in on the fun. Again, this is all fun and games for everybody because we love the game. We are participating in a competitive space, but regardless, just make sure you have fun and be out there for the community in the end of the day.
Yeah, I think once the content creators see something like Devin, something that is very similar to Sylph, I think they're definitely gonna want to hop on board and have some fun with the community. So yeah, just looking forward to see what happens. Definitely gonna put my foot in the door because I love this competitive side of Pokemon Go, and yeah, lay out the framework now and build a strong structure later on. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on that.
Yeah, I'm saying I believe that this is what we are here for, and we'll do our best when it comes down to it in the end of the day. So. All right. With that being said, I believe that is everything that we have to cover. If you guys want to hear more or anything, just let us know. We are there for sure. Chris, is there anything else that we gotta add to our stream here today? Our cup stream.
Nah. I think we got everything. Be ready next week for a definitely not scuff stream at all. We got our socials out there for you. You can follow us on the Purified podcast on Twitter. At PureLighterGo for Lewis, at Pokemon Trigger Please, PKMN Trigger PLZ, and then you can message us on Gmail at the Purified Podcast at gmail.com. Either, if you got a question or something you think would be interesting to chat about on the podcast, or maybe you want to be a guest, let us know. You can find us on, I'm not going to lie, I only know one of these, Spotify.
So you can listen to us in any other podcast services feeds: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music. If you can leave us a review, we greatly appreciate it. It's definitely a 5-star review. Will really puts us out there. If you want to give us any other stars about it, just don't. But anyways, with that being said, yes, Chris has already mentioned all our social media and everything. And don't forget to check us out at thepurifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network. With that being said, Chris, I believe we have gone well enough to our time. Take us away for the night.
All right. It's been a fabulous week of Pokemon Go. A lot of Garchomp raids, a lot of mega action, a lot of fun. The light event, I don't know why I'm completely forgetting its name, but I loved it. It was a lot of fun. It was very pretty. And yeah, looking forward to the future. Getting ready for Thanksgiving. Hope you guys are very thankful for Pokemon Go. I know I am thankful for all the friends I've made, Pure Lighter included, obviously. And yeah, look forward to next week where hopefully we're definitely not scuffed. And yeah, we'll catch you guys then. Peace out, guys.
Keep purifying, everybody. We'll see you guys next time.